When we first started planning our trip to Alaska, we had no idea what the best things to do in Fairbanks would be and didn't really have a plan for our visit. World-renowned as a place for intimate Northern Lights viewing experiences, the timing of our visit would, unfortunately, fall when it literally never gets dark. Not one to hide my feelings, I was at first crushed about this. Seeing the Northern Lights in Alaska has always been on my list, but it would have to wait for another time. So, here's the list of 10 best things to do in Fairbanks, Alaska. Before we start, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for the latest upcoming travel videos. Here we go. Number 1. Morris Thompson Cultural and Visitor Center. The Morris Thompson Cultural and Visitor Center is a great first stop to pick up maps and information on things to do in Fairbanks. In addition to exhibits on the natural history of the region and the cultural history of Alaska natives, the center offers a free film on Alaska's history and nature. What's more, on the first Friday of every month, the center hosts a free reception featuring the work of an Alaskan artist from the interior region. This is also where you'll find the city's famous antler arch, a piece constructed with more than 100 moose and caribou antlers collected from all over interior Alaska. Most recent visitors said this free museum was an ideal first stop for learning about Alaskan life, with a good mix of history and culture. Number 2. Northern Lights Tour. For those willing to brave the cold for the light spectacle of a lifetime, the Northern Lights Tour is a must. With Fairbanks sitting right under the Aurora Oval, the likelihood of catching the unforgettable sight of the Aurora Borealis, commonly referred to as the Northern Lights, is high. The peak season for the Northern Lights ranges from August through March. For the best viewing opportunities, travelers should get out of Fairbanks proper and venture to the countryside, where you'll find the washout from city lights is lower. An organized tour may be ideal for many adventurers, with companies offering a wide variety of experiences. These include overnight viewings in a lodge, scenic flights, and even driving to the Arctic Circle. Number 3. Running Reindeer Ranch. This family-owned farm sits just north of Fairbanks in the boreal forest of the Gold Stream Valley. Here, visitors are invited to take a guided nature walk through the forest with the family's reindeer and learn about the natural history of the forest, as well as the animal's habits and personality. After your tour, head to the farmhouse to continue your reindeer education over homemade cookies and lemonade. Recent travelers who walked with the reindeer called it an amazing experience and described it as a fun and informative excursion for the whole family. Many commented on the friendliness of the reindeer, adding that children not only get to pet the reindeer, but also had the chance to interact with the owner's chickens and dogs. Number 4. Chena Hot Springs. Located 56 miles northeast of Fairbanks is the Chena Hot Springs Resort. A visit here is definitely one of the best things to do in Fairbanks. The drive takes you through the beautiful Chena recreation area with lots of camping and hiking options. We personally stopped en route to the resort to hike the Angel Rocks Trail, which is beautiful and highly recommended by us. The resort itself is built on the site where gold miners found a natural hot spring. Today, the resort has created pools for your enjoyment and offers a full activity adventure lodge for people looking to escape the city. During the summer, guests can stay in the resort lodge and experience activities like ATV riding, horseback riding, hiking, dog pulling, soaking in the hot springs, and a visit to the Aurora Ice Museum on site. In the winter, the main draw to the resort is a soak in the hot springs, dog sledding, and amazing Northern Lights viewing. Number 5. Georgeson Botanical Garden. One of the best outdoor things to do in Fairbanks is to hike along the Georgeson Botanical Garden. The Georgeson Botanical Garden is part of the School of Natural Resources and Extension at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. The nationally recognized garden was created by Christian Georgeson in the early 20th century one of several experimental agricultural stations in the state, to learn what crops would grow best in the Alaskan climate, and to share information and techniques with local residents. The garden continues this work today through plant trials and research, but it also contributes to the community with creative annual events like the Dead End Poet Society. The garden boasts a giant hedge maze, and at one of the many dead ends, visitors will find poems written by local students. Although many visitors noted that recent budget cuts resulted in many overgrown beds, most still said it was worth a visit for a peaceful walk among the native Alaskan plants. Number 6. Museum of the North. For an in-depth exploration of Alaskan history, head to the University of Alaska Museum of the North. It's the state's only research and teaching museum, featuring over 1.4 million artifacts and specimens. You'll quickly find that there's nothing this facility does not have. From Alaskan art spanning a mind-blowing 2 millennia to a 36,000-year-old mummified bison, affectionately known as Blue Babe. Add on a gorgeous gallery of the state's largest gold collection, and you could spend an entire day here. The museum also boasts a coffee and gift shop for those who may get hungry or want a memento of their journey through Alaskan history. Admission to the Museum of the North is below $20, so it's an inexpensive experience that will teach you all about a rich culture. Number 7. Pioneer Park and Show. The first time we drove by Pioneer Park, we thought it was an amusement park. The grounds are quite expansive, and it's not something you would miss driving into Fairbanks. What we didn't know is that Pioneer Park is a tribute to the history of Fairbanks. The park is set up as a replica of what Fairbanks looked like in the Gold Rush days. During the day, you can wander the main street, shopping in the storefronts, and in the evening, you can attend the Golden Heart Revue at the Palace Theater. This musical comedy has been named the #1 show in Alaska and Canada. We loved the layout of the park and the emphasis on the history of the area. The Golden Heart Revue was hilarious, with the whole experience feeling like a step back in time to the Gold Rush era. They even had luggage placed on the stage that said Duluth, Minnesota on it. Pretty cool since we're from that area. Number 8. Fountainhead Auto Museum. Journey back in time to see over 85 antique cars on display at the Fountainhead Auto Museum. This museum is as unique as it is lively, with nearly all the cars manufactured prior to World War II still functioning. The museum curator even makes a point of getting each car outside for a drive at least once a year. The Fountainhead Auto Museum was created to tell a story of Alaska's rich history. Immerse yourself in the photos, interesting facts, and period fashion displayed among the cars. The museum's ability to show off the technological innovations and historical significance of the era will be enough to impress a wider audience than car enthusiasts alone. Number 9. Fairbanks Ice Museum. As I just mentioned, the Aurora Ice Museum at Chena Hot Springs Resort is another must-visit, so much so that I wanted to call it out separately. This ice museum is, as the name suggests, literally carved out of ice, and doesn't melt during the summer. You'll need to arrange a tour time when you arrive at Chena Hot Springs. At the appointed time, you'll be escorted in to admire the ice carvings inside. Some of these are preserved from each year's World Ice Art Championships, while others are carved on-site specifically to decorate the museum. You'll also see literal bedrooms made of ice, which are available to book if you're up for the adventure, and can sit at the bar to enjoy your appletini. If you're visiting during the summer, this is your best excuse to layer up all the jackets you brought to stay warm inside. Number 10. Riverboat Discovery Cruise. Hop aboard an authentic Alaskan sternwheeler for a 3-hour journey through the Alaskan riverside. By cruising along the Chena and Tanana rivers outside Fairbanks, you will get an unforgettable trip in the wilderness surrounding Fairbanks. The tour includes an immersive 1-hour stop at Chena Indian Village. At the village, native guides show you around their Athabascan home, providing insight into their connection with the land and animals around them. Make sure to take a close look at the native clothing. It's made of hides and fur from the land and later hand-sewn with intricate beadwork. Afterwards, you'll make another stop at a riverside fish camp. Here you will see firsthand how natives prepare and smoke salmon. To top that off, you will even get to sample this delicacy. Number 11. Hoodoo Brewing Company. You won't find unusual flavors at this local Fairbanks brewery. Bobby Milken, born and raised in Fairbanks, started Hoodoo Brewing Company to offer beers in classic English, German, Belgian, and American styles. The open-concept tap room allows visitors to see the process while enjoying a glass or growler of their favorite brew. The brewery, the first in Alaska to harness solar power for its operation, offers free tours on Saturdays. Known for its Kolsch and American IPA, the brewery also features a variety of seasonal releases on tap. Locals and visitors alike call this brewery a hidden gem and complimented the outstanding beer, lively atmosphere, and rotation of food trucks. Some visitors said that its location is a bit off the beaten path in an industrial area near a rail yard, while others noted that the service was fast and friendly, even though the brewery is always busy. Most recommended the beer flight in the tasting room. Number 12. Large Animal Research Station. Looking for a place to buy some chiviot? Pronounced Kiniut, chiviot is the Inuit word for the soft underwool produced by musk oxen, prized for its insulating warmth. The Robert G. White Large Animal Research Station, located at the University of Alaska Fairbanks, maintains reindeer and musk oxen for research purposes, and the sale of chiviot to weavers helps fund the station. The station also offers guided walking tours throughout the year, but reservations are required if you want to tour the property during the winter season, Labor Day to Memorial Day. Recent travelers called the research farm well worth a visit and a fun family outing. Several commented on the experience of meeting muskox, reindeer, and caribou, and many loved seeing the center's baby muskox, kiwi, saying it was a great experience for their kids. The last word. So guys, this was the best list of things to do in Fairbanks, Alaska. Hope you will like it and appreciate it. People who come to this city are amazed by all of the awesome things there are to do and see. Land of the midnight sun and center stage for one of the best Northern Lights shows this side of the Arctic Circle, Fairbanks is waiting to welcome you. The mountains are high, the rivers run clear, and the wildlife is never far away. Once inhabited by nomadic Athabascan Indians, the city of Fairbanks has become one of Alaska's most popular destinations. Its ideal location makes it the perfect getaway for outdoor adventures, no matter if you're after a peaceful hike or a thrilling ski jump. There are plenty of fun things to do in Fairbanks, a city that effortlessly combines remote wilderness with a vibrant urban scene. So, if you love to travel and you want to see the whole world, then Tripoyer is the channel that gives you a list of the best places to visit in the USA. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and press the bell icons for the latest upcoming travel videos. Bye-bye. See you.